Hello, my name is William Bones. I serve as Chief of the Boise City Police Department. Thank you each for coming today. And I'll start with just a brief review of last night. 8:46 last night, dispatch received a call of a subject with a knife at the Wylie Street apartment complex. The suspect was attacking victims. Officers were immediately dispatched. They were able to arrive in under 4 minutes, and upon arrival, located the suspect immediately, who had been fleeing northbound on foot towards State Street. The suspect gave up without any type of struggle, immediately yielding to the officers, and was taken into custody without incident. Officers continued into the scene, finding a chaotic and tragic area in which 9 members of our community had been stabbed and laid injured. People were scattered across the apartment complex, both within apartments themselves, lying in the street, and in the walkways. Officers began immediate life-saving measures, were quickly assisted by Ada County paramedics and Boise Fire. 9 people in total were transported to the Ada County emergency rooms. 8 of those people were transported by Ada County paramedics. 1 of those individuals, a child, was transported in a private vehicle. Suspect's been identified as 30-year-old black male. Name is Timothy Kinner. This was a brutal crime, not just against the individuals involved, but against the families and the very fabric of our community. Kinney had been granted by one of the apartment members a place to stay for a few days. Due to his behavior, he had been asked to leave. Kinney had done so. He returned last night to exact vengeance, not just on those that he had been with as they were not at the apartment, but at any target which was available. The tragedy was that a 3-year-old little girl was having a birthday party just a few doors down from where Kinney had been staying. Kinney attacked, targeting the children initially. The 3-year-old girl, whose birthday it was one of those seriously injured, including 2 4-year-olds, a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 12-year-old, along with 3 adults who tried to intercede to prevent the loss of lives of the children. By grace, an incredible response by the first responders, paramedics, and firemen who responded to give that life-saving measures, and by an unbelievably talented medical team, each of those victims has survived this evening. 1 child has been flown to Salt Lake due to her injuries. Our local refugee providers have stepped up to provide a plane ticket to her mother, who will be joining in her Salt Lake as she tries to pursue recovery. Our victims are some of the newest members of our community. They're victims from their past homes who have fled violence from Syria, Iraq, and Ethiopia. Our suspect is a man with an extensive criminal record spanning multiple states, who has spent time in prison and whose past criminal violations do include violence against others. He's not from Boise. We believe he's only been here a short time. He's not priorly been arrested in Idaho. He is an American. He's not a refugee. He's been charged this morning with 9 counts of aggravated assault and 6 counts of aggravated battery, 9 counts aggravated battery, 6 counts of injury to child, all of which are felonies. Additional charges may be forthcoming. Responses last night included the Boise Police Department, the Boise Fire Department, the Garden City Police Department, the Ada County Sheriff's Office, Ada County paramedics, and the state police. To all those first responders, I would say thank you. To our fellow agencies that made it possible for us to respond and to help to save those lives. The crime scene, the faces of the parents struggling, the tears coming down their faces, the faces of the children in the hospital beds will be something that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life, as will every first responder that was there last night. To To the first responders that were able to save their lives, thank you. And my deepest thanks to a medical team that pulled off the miracle to make sure that each of those faces has seen this morning's sunrise. Lives do remain in danger. Some of the victims will be forever scarred by the medical injuries that they've received. They received life-changing injuries. This was an attack against those who are most vulnerable, our children. It's untenable, unconscionable, and is pure evil in my mind. But the response of our community, the response of the people, the faces that I've seen interacting on every level, the phone calls I've received today, do renew my faith that we will be there today and tomorrow for these members who have suffered so much. Thank you.